Good evening. My good YouTube friend Chris in Bampton, Bridlington, East Yorkshire has sent me this video of sparrows. It's quite a number of sparrows in the hedge in his garden. And I was thinking about sparrows, and I heard a story recently, and it's a true story, about sparrows. You mightn't think that sparrows are important. Well, they are. And they're even mentioned in the Bible in Matthew 10 and 29. Are not two sparrows sold for a penny? Yet none of them will fall to the ground outside your Father's care. So the Bible is saying that the sparrow is important to God. But quite apart from that, here's the wee story I want you to hear, because I certainly didn't know this story, and it involves Chairman Mao. Now we have a bit of an age will know the name Chairman Mao. Young people today haven't a clue who Chairman Mao was. He at one time was a massive dictator in China, and Chairman Mao ordered in 1958. Chairman Mao ordered that production of grain should be increased, and one of the ways that he saw this being achieved was by killing all the sparrows. And he basically sent out a decree. He was all powerful, this guy. He sent out a decree to all the villages that they would kill as many sparrows and wreck as many nests as they could find. Now, in China at that time, there were hundreds of millions of sparrows, and they did eat quite a bit of grain. But whenever this killing spree began, nobody had any knowledge or understanding of the repercussions, and there were repercussions. So the villagers wiped out all the sparrows, and this killing spree went on for months on end until the poor old sparrow was almost extinct. And Chairman Mao thought that production of grain for food and all sorts of other things would increase the following year. Well, here's what happened. Because there were no sparrows around the place to eat the pests and the insect pests, the larvae and the emerging locusts, these insects, these pests, had a bonanza, and their numbers boomed. And the locusts in particular ate every green leaf in sight. And the result was that the harvest absolutely collapsed. And the result of that was that in China, in 1958 and 1959, somewhere, and we don't know for sure, because China under Chairman Mao was a very closed society, and Western journalists weren't allowed in, but it is estimated that between 30, now get this, 30 and 50 million people died of starvation because the sparrow had been wiped out. It was a knock-on effect. And here we have a situation where some man, some top guy, thinks that he knows best. And he didn't. And all these people died, and there was famine and hardship and terrible conditions. And what they ended up doing was biting the bullet and importing literally hundreds of thousands of nesting sparrows from Russia to try and grow up the sparrow population in China. So that's just a wee prelude to Chris's video to just give you an example of the importance of these little birds. And unfortunately, sparrow numbers in Northern Ireland have actually gone down, dramatically over the last 10 years. So if you see sparrows, don't despise them or just say they're useless eaters and all this. They actually do a good job at eating up pests and insects about the place, larvae that you don't want about the place. So good old sparrows, help them out whenever you can.
Morning, Tom. It's Sunday morning and I'm just filming the little sparrows through the kitchen window, all queuing up on the hedge as they always do on a morning before they start swooping down onto the bird table. It's like a ritual. When they're all sat still or stood still, they look as if they're in these royal boxes in theatres. They just stood there looking outwards towards the bird table. Excuse my croaky voice this morning. I'm still with COVID. I'm still positive, unfortunately. Anne's tested negative this morning, which is good. But I'm feeling a lot brighter. But it's very, very cold out here today. I've been out very briefly, got well wrapped up to water the spuds, which are coming on nicely. But I wouldn't spend a lot of time out there today. So I thought I'd just do this one for you, for the little sparrows. Lovely sunny morning. Just the sort of day for a nice brisk walk, but I'm going to hang on a couple of days or so. So there we are. Okay, bye for now.